welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time to do a little recap on Shop My Stash. So these are all the products that I shopped my stash for at the beginning of the month, and I'm going to give you a little rundown on how they worked for me, what I'm going to keep, and what I'm going to declutter. But I thought I would apply them all while I talk about them, because why not? So the palette that I had picked out to shop my stash for was this little beauty. So the theme of this month's shop my stash video was products I haven't used in years, and this definitely fell into that category. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. It's the original one. So I know they did update the packaging, but from what I know, they did update the formula as well. So I don't think this is the same, although I haven't tried that one. This palette is so good. I'm so glad I pulled this out. I have used pretty much every shade this month except these 4 dark ones here. I just never reached for them, or that one right there, but I think I'm gonna wear that one today. Every single matte in here is buttery, creamy, smooth. I didn't have an issue blending one of these shades, including these blues and the little green that's here, or the blue and the 2 like teal colors down here. I didn't have an issue with any of these. They were absolutely beautiful. The shimmers are smooth, again, super buttery and rich. Not one of them is flaky or dry or anything. This is such an absolutely incredible formula. I wonder why they switched it up. Like, how could they have improved it? Because this is the best. It's so, so good. I'm so glad I pulled it out. I really looked forward to using this every single day, and I loved it. I loved it so, so, so much. I'm so glad I pulled it out because this now I realize is like a gem in my collection. And I think what I'm gonna do today are these colors over here. I really wanna use that one, this like super red brown. It's more red with like a little tiny bit of brown in it. And then there's a couple colors here I wanna use, and I'm gonna try to incorporate that dark one that I haven't touched yet. I haven't had literally any issues with these shades, and almost all of them don't have fallout. It's weird. Oh my gosh, this is super pigmented. This palette made me feel like, have I been missing out not using Morphe's eyeshadows? But I know I've purchased a few of Morphe's palettes in the past, like they're like 9-pan little like square ones, and I don't remember them being good. I remember having a purple one and not liking it very much at all. So maybe I shouldn't buy anymore. I'll just appreciate this palette and appreciate that I have it. But if you have the new one, let me know how it works. Because I did look it up on Ulta's website just to see reviews, and the reviews are kind of mixed. Some people say they love it, a lot of people say it's not the same. I want to know, those of you that don't have the original palette, if you just have that one, I want to know how it is, like not in comparison to what it was before. This is going to be a very red, smoky eye. I was not expecting that color to be as vibrant as it is. But it blended really, really nice. I'm gonna get a smaller brush. I really need to clean these brushes. I'm gonna go into that kind of deep, it looks like a really, really deep plum, this one right here. No, 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 I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go into this one that's right next to that red one I just used, because I think this will kind of just work with that color a little better. Just gonna dab it lightly, outer corner, just to give a little darkness. So I'm just gonna get a clean brush and kind of blend out the red a little bit more out of like the hooded part of my eyelid, because when I relax my face, it like kind of hides a little bit of it. So I want it to be a little bit above that. Although this brush is really soft, the bristles are a tiny bit too long. This is an EcoTools tapered blending brush. The bristles are a little too long, so it like just bends back and forth instead of like sweeping nicely. Maybe I'm using too much pressure. Okay, and now what shimmer do I want to use? This one here is a little more like a bronzy red, and then this one's just like a really deep cranberry color. I know they look very similar, but they're different. I kind of want to go for that bronzy one. Let's do that one. Should have went with something a little lighter. This is a little too similar to the color that I had on. Wish I went with something a little lighter, but it's fine. I'm gonna do a little bit of this like pinky shimmer right here, just a little bit on the lid, because I want a little bit of brightness there. Just like in the center part. It looks a little bit better. Ooh, it's a little brighter than I thought. Oh, no. Okay. Cool. I do wish this had a mirror though. Like I would have paid $5 extra for this palette to have a mirror, because it would have just been so handy, especially with such a big palette. It would have been a really nice mirror, like a nice addition. But the amount of fallout is so minimal. Like I easily could have done my face makeup and my eye makeup last and been perfectly fine with it. I love this palette so much. Of course, I'm not done. I'm gonna put some more on the bottom and kind of really make it really smoky. And the primer that I shopped my stash for is the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas, this little travel size. And I actually finished it all up. I used it every single day. I loved this so much. I immediately wanted to buy it in a full size. Oh my gosh, a little tiny bit came out. There must have just been like a little bit left in the straw. So this is such a lovely primer. I'm just gonna use whatever came out. It's like smoothing, slightly pore filling, but it just gives the makeup something so nice to glide onto. It smells really good. My skin feels really good when I use this. Makeup looks great on top of it. I loved this a lot. I immediately put it on my loves list at Sephora. I do have a full size of the Tatcha, the primer, like the one they have in the pot that I haven't even opened, because I've tried the mini of that before and I didn't really like it, and I got that full size in a subscription box, but I want to try that one again. Maybe I was using too much to begin with, but I loved this a lot, but I did use it all up. Going in the empties. So the foundation I shopped my stash for is the Neutrogena Serum Foundation, and I really like this. I have the shade Light Medium 2. It is sheer natural buildable coverage. So this is very light coverage. It really just looks like a tinted moisturizer on the skin. I really enjoyed using this all month. I think I stumbled upon like the perfect mix with this and then the concealer and the powder, and it just gave like really nice skin-like coverage. And I really like this. It's moisturizing, looks good on the skin. And one thing I started doing with this, which I have hated when I see other people do it, is apply it straight from the dropper onto my face. I don't know why I started doing that. I think because it's super serumy. When I put it in my fingers, it slips right to my fingertips, and I feel like it's like rubbing into my fingers, and it's a whole thing. So yeah, I just started putting it on like the Instagram people. I know some of you are like, you're not supposed to touch the dropper onto your face, and I agree, but it's only my face I'm using this on, so I don't really think it matters. It's fine. And once I blend it in, you'll see how light the coverage is. It's super dewy though, and it just looks so nice. It's a perfect nice summer lightweight foundation. But when I think of serum foundation, this is what I think of. Like L'Oreal has the serum foundation too, but that one has a lot of coverage to it. I think that one's more like a regular liquid foundation that happens to have serum in it, where this one is a serum texture, a serum feel type of foundation. It's like a bottle of serum that has a little bit of pigment in it. There you go, one little, I don't know if that was one pump, I just wiped it all over my face, and this is the coverage you'll get with that much. If you try to build it up, you'll get a little bit more coverage, but I don't think it's meant to be built up like that. Like it's meant to be something really lightweight on the skin, and I loved it. I loved using this all month. So I'm just gonna put on concealer, and we'll come back with the powder that I shopped my stash for. Okay, so I just blended in, what did I use? Oh, the Colfi Made Match Concealer on my under eyes, and then this concealer that I can't seem to put down, the Dior Backstage Flash Perfector Concealer. I think this goes super well with the foundation because it has a really similar texture. It's very lightweight, very serumy, just a really lovely, beautiful texture and a really nice coverage. And I think it worked super well with this foundation all month. Like I don't even want to stop using this. I really like it. I kind of want to carry it into the next month. I think I might. Anyway, powder. I picked out the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder for this month. Since the theme was products I haven't used in years, this definitely fell into that category because it wasn't even open. This is a discontinued product from a discontinued brand, but I loved this powder a lot. I use it every single day, and even though I can't get this powder anymore, well, for one, I have another one. I already have another one. I bought 2 of them when I saw them going on clearance. I bought one from either Sephora's website or Becca, and then the other one I found at TJ Maxx not long after. So I bought that. And I've just been like almost over applying this powder because it melts into the skin so nicely. And because of how like juicy the skin was, this just like melts in. And then, you know, setting spray really helps that as well. But I feel like I always just over apply it and it just works better. I'm also gonna put a little on the neck because I did have sunscreen there and it's a little juicy and I don't want my bronzer to get stuck to it. Okay, speaking of bronzer, the bronzer that I picked out, this is the, well, not the only product I didn't like this month, but the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. This is the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade Macchiato. Love the packaging. And this is a cream bronzer and it's a product that I thought I loved. Like, I loved this back in the day a couple of years ago. I loved the texture of it, but now that I was wearing it, I don't like it. The texture is like a gel. It's not necessarily a cream. To me, it feels more like a gel. And the tone looks good in a swatch, but as it's blended out and how it looks on my skin, on my face, it just looks so yellow. It just has such a mustardy undertone to it that just doesn't look right on me. I didn't like any day that I wore this. Although it applies really easily, it blends like a dream. The tone is all wrong for me and I did not enjoy this whatsoever. So I am going to declutter this, which is kind of weird because I used to absolutely love that and I have such fond memories of it. But using it now, it's not, the tone just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to use something else and we will come back with highlighter and blush. Did I even pick out a blush? Yes, I did. Already forgot. I had originally picked out the Milk Makeup Flex highlighter in the shade Lit, and I didn't even realize these were discontinued because in that video as I was trying it on, I was like, I might try out a different color, and I went to look them up and they don't even make up anymore. So I did try this out in the video, but it's too dark for me. And although I love this formula a lot, it's so pretty on the skin. It reminds me a lot of the Dior Couture highlighters. This just doesn't, it's too dark. It's too dark. You could see it exactly where I put it as a darkness. So I did declutter this in that video. I was like, I'm not even gonna use this. So gonna declutter both of these here. And I did end up pulling in another highlighter from Cover FX. It's, I don't know, just the Perfect Light highlighting powder in the shade Moonlight. I don't know if they still make this either. It's just a little one here that I have. And I did use this every single day. But one thing I did notice is that I feel like I can see it on my face. Like, I remember being in the bathroom at work and I could see like white in an exact shape of where I put my highlighter. I don't know if it was just the lighting that was in there, but I use it every single day regardless. And it's really pretty. Such a pretty tone. Glad I kept this through my declutter. Love it, love it, love it. Just something nice and soft. And since the blush is like a focus of the face, or the blush I'm gonna use, I was happy to have like a really soft focus highlighter. Gonna keep it. Now for what, other than the palette, I think this was my favorite thing I shopped my stash for. It is the Stila convertible color in the shade Lilium. So this is, it's called convertible color because you could use it for your lips or your cheeks. I did only use it for my cheeks. And it is so freaking good. Of course, immediately I was like, I have to go get all the colors. And then I told myself, if you're still thinking about getting all the colors at the end of the month, then you could go get another one. I'm still thinking about it. I still want to go get all of them. I don't need them. I have a lot of cream blushes and I'm sure a lot of overlap in colors. But there's something about this little compact here that I just want them. I want to hold them all. It's just so sleek and nice. I love everything about it. Anyway, the color is very, very beautiful as well. It's just like this really nice, cool toned, muted, mauve-y, pinky, I don't know, rosiness. It's so good. This is so pretty. And I wore this almost every day with any color of eye look. Like even when I use those like teal colors in the Jaclyn Hill palette, this blush still worked for that. And at first I thought this was gonna be like super bright and it was gonna compete with everything, but I ended up wearing it every single day. And I do like to apply it with a sponge. I kind of just dab it in like this, but I barely touch the sponge onto my skin, like I'm not pressing it. I found like this to be the best application, or the application method that worked for me. I found that when I blended it, it tends to like pick it up, because this is a very, very sticky formula. And I felt like when I bounced it into my skin, it kept like removing it in a weird way. But once I started putting it on like this, everything changed. And you could see like I'm barely touching it to my skin. Of course, we're gonna go onto the nose. I've been loving blush right here. I don't know why. I just love it. Gonna kind of pinch the sponge a little bit. To fit it into that little spot. Gonna put it over the nose. I love it. I just absolutely love this color. And blending it this way, like barely tapping it with the sponge, it just goes on so seamlessly. No streaks, no patchiness, anything. It lasts all day. I absolutely love this, and I love this color. This is the color Lilium. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, gonna put on brows, and then we'll finish up the eyes. And I think that was all I shot my stash for. So let me finish everything else up and we will wrap it up. What a difference some mascara, liner, and eyebrows make, huh? Anyway, let's round up my favorite things from Shop My Stash. What was that? The favorite things. The Stila convertible color. Oh my goodness, love this so much. Love this look. I love it over the nose. I think it goes with everything. Such a pretty color. Want to buy them all. I also really loved the Neutrogena Serum Foundation. I want to carry that into the whole summer. And then of course the palette. I absolutely love this. I love this red smoky eye I did. Is it a smoky eye? I don't know. I love this red eyeshadow I put on. I enjoyed using this every single day. It was awesome. What else was there? Milk makeup. This I decluttered. I also am going to declutter the Fenty thing, the Fenty bronzer, and then the Cover FX highlighter. Gonna keep it. It's fine, but it's not like I'm not dying over it, you know? And then of course the primer from Tatcha that I used up. Loved it so much. Want to buy full size, and I'm sure it's very expensive. But anyway, that is it. That's my little roundup for Shop My Stash. Let me know if you like this format where I kind of apply the products as I'm reviewing them for you. I think it's a little more helpful to see them in action. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.